everybody. Welcome back to Mal's Board Game Room, where I'm joined with my friend Travis. As you remember, Travis, we did a top 100 like 2 years ago.
It was a while ago, yeah.
A couple of years ago. And recently, I had a flood in the basement, which I think when I mentioned, everybody went like, oh, no. Luckily, nothing got damaged.
For sure.
And we had to pack up all the games, redo the flooring, bring back all the games. But that made us think a bit. And then you kind of brought it up. It's like, geez, what if you would have had to restart your collection?
Yeah.
And he's like, we should do a top 5 list. And then we tried. It's like, no, we're going to need to do at least top 10. We can't narrow it down to 5.
For sure.
So today we're doing a top 10 list of which game we would get if we had to restart our board game collection.
But our personal collection.
Yes.
Yeah.
So not like this will be definitely kind of personal. Like if I had to restart a collection, these are the 10 games I would get first. If you were restarting a collection, doesn't mean if you are starting a collection, this is the 10 games you should get. I mean, maybe you don't want to.
You'll probably want mine.
Well, and it's funny because I think we took a very different approach because I've seen your list prepping the presentation. Sure. And we did not do this the same. And I forgot to add the presentation. So let me go get that real quick. So, because I did different style of games. Like I really kind of concentrate, okay, what genre do I want in my collection? And this is what I would get.
Oh, I feel like I did that too. I feel like I touched on kind of everything that I'm interested in, but I also focused on stuff that I can get my neighbor to play who doesn't play games or
right.
Just so I can play more.
Right. Well, exactly. Yeah, right. Yeah. And then I kind of did that. Like I took in consideration who are my players, who do I play with, and what game would I want to be able to play in those circumstances. So we will get started with that list then. And then in number 10 position, and we're starting with you.
Oh, we're starting with me. Okay.
You have your list in front of you?
I do. I have my list in front of me.
Perfect.
So we're good. So my number 10 is a game that as soon as I heard about it, I wanted it.
Yes, you did.
I'm a nerd. I have boxes and boxes of comics sitting in a dusty storage room that never get read, but I want to read them. So, and then I also love the concept of drafting.
Yes.
Drafting is one of my favorite mechanisms in games. And it's usually just like, okay, let's draft for about 4 seconds and then we're going to play the game.
It really is most of the time.
The draft is fun. So in Comic Hunters, it's a series of different styles of drafts.
Because there's 4 different styles?
Yeah, I think it's 4 different styles of drafts that you get to do all together. So there's your standard, take a card, pass it to the left, take a card, pass it to the left. But then there's also some that are set up where you have a grid of cards.
Yes.
And you get to choose all of one hero from each row. So each of the cards is a comic book.
Yes. Oh, well, here, let me show you pictures. Sorry, we're talking about it. And then, and then it doesn't even show the cards in
well, that's okay. So each of those different stacks, 1, 2, and 3, are full of cards from different eras. So the 3s are the most expensive, which means they're Golden Age comics. And then Silver Age comics, and then Modern comics are the number 1.
Right.
And you actually use the cards to put other cards into your collection.
It's like because you're trading your comic book for new comic books, I guess.
Basically, right? Yeah. So, and it's really neat because like you'll have covers of these classic comic books. So if you're a comic book person, and they got the Marvel licensing somehow. I know originally the Brazilian company kind of just borrowed it unofficially.
Oh, right.
But then when they made I think it was a limited print run too, because I haven't seen it on a shelf ever.
I've seen it on Amazon.
Okay, yeah.
So you can purchase it on Amazon.
Yeah.
But it was, I've never seen it in game stores.
I had a cousin down in the States right when it was released. She was just driving around. So I had her drive and said, hey, if you see one of these at a Barnes & Noble, grab it for me. And she went to like 10 Barnes & Nobles in 3 different major.
Cousin. Yeah. Jeez.
Like, I think she just had time to kill and stuff. But yeah, it's great. So like if you're a comic book collector and you like drafting, like this is such a good game. And it's so easy to teach. It's so easy to play.
It really is. I want to point out, if you're not a comic book fan, this is a great game. Still.
For sure. Yeah, the theme might just not grab you.
Right.
But yeah, as long as you don't dislike it. But yeah, this one I got because I can teach it to anybody. I can play it with anybody. It's quick.
Yes.
I can pull it up. Yeah, it's just such a good game.
It was, I really enjoyed it because you got it. We played it multiple times. And then I got my own copy. But yeah, no, it's great. And it is neat because the drafting is always kind of like a intro and then you move on from it.
Yeah.
And the fact that this is like the whole game again.
Yeah,
and
it's
again.
so good. So good.
Yeah. Nice. Good pick. So that's the one that you would add on your empty
my number
shelf. 10. All right. If I had empty shelf, my number 10. Oh, and I have it here. So the way I did my list, I want to point out is like I said, I entered for a bunch of different categories.
Sure.
So this is my race game.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So because my boys, motocross racers, we just always got racing games.
Yeah.
And they're easy to get to the table with my family.
Sure.
So my number 10 is Heat, Petal to the Metal. Now I considered all the other race games, and there's a lot of great race games, but this one I just feel, plus there's a lot that I haven't kind of ventured into.
Sure.
Right. So, but it's a beautiful, fun game. Plus it's a, what is the deck building game?
Yep.
So there's a deck building element to it. There's a racing element. You can there's extra things like modules in the game that you can kind of explore. I've only ever played the base game. That's not true. We played with the weather expansion.
Oh, okay.
But that's because I didn't set up the game.
Well, and the weather expansion is such a quick, slick little expansion to it that it doesn't add a lot.
No, exactly. And this one I find is great because it's a bit more of an involved game where like heavier gamers will appreciate and enjoy this one. But you have the clear iconography. It's fairly easy to pick up and play if you're not a big heavy gamer, where the theme is going to be what grabs you anyways. Yeah. Last time I played this, I nearly got lapped. It was so bad because every round, depending on the gear you're in, you have to you're going to be playing that many cards to go forward. And then I was like, oh, I only have big cards and we're like going into a corner. So you have to have a maximum speed in a corner or you wipe out. And then I had already taken a lot of heat. So I'm like, okay, well, and then I had like where you could play cards where you just kind of randomly draft cards until you get a speed card. I was like, well, I'm going to have to do it that way. Yeah. And I got even faster cards. So I had really built my deck with fast cards and not slow cards. Sure. And that caused issues. It caused issues. And I just never recovered from that wipeout. But it was so satisfying. And even though I'm losing, it was just neat to play. I do enjoy this game quite a bit. And that is my number 10, Heat, Petal to the Metal.
Yeah, I got lucky. And so I played this online.
Right.
And I did not care for it.
Okay.
But I didn't read the instructions. And I just kind of thought, oh, it's a board game. I'll be able to play it. And then my buddy, good friend of mine, Chris, got it just recently. And I was over there a couple of weeks ago and we played a couple of games. And I'm still not 100% sold on it, but I absolutely see why it's like everybody's favorite racing game.
Right.
And I think it's neat how like the Heat is just basically a card that fills up your deck and gets.
Yeah, because it's just there and it clutters your hand. Like, yeah. So you can get rid of some heat, but if you have to take heat and there's no heat left, then it's not good.
Yeah. That happened to me a few times.
Yes,
but it's fine. Great game. Though.
It's neat for sure. So that'd be my race game entry.
Nice.
All right, so now we're on to our number 9.
Perfect. So my number 9, I love the Viking theme.
Yes, you do.
And I looked at all the Viking games that I want, and if anybody watched like my top 100, I had Blood Rage very, very highly rated.
Right.
And I do love that game.
Yeah.
But I think for general play,
right,
I prefer Champions of Midgard.
I love Champions of Midgard.
It's so good. I love dice chucking.
Yeah.
Which is always a fun thing to do. So in this game, it's a worker placement game where you're basically collecting your resources to go on voyages or to go out into the mountains to fight the giants. And you're collecting up all your resources. And one of the major resources is your warriors, and that's the dice.
That's right. Yeah.
So each different die, so the white die will be spearmen or something like that. And the black die will be dwarves, or not dwarves, but
axemen.
Marauders or something like that. Right. So it's just each die does a different thing. Some are more defensive, some are more offensive. And you load up your ship, you go out into the ocean, and you flip over a random card to see what events you get. on the way to the monsters.
Yeah. How was your trip?
Yeah. So it was calm seas, or we fought a kraken.
Or you lost food.
Yeah. So, and then once you get to your destination, depending on what you have left on your ship, is what you get to use to fight the monster. And you just roll your dice, and a certain number of hits kills a certain number of people. One very important thing is normally I'm not a big expansion person. Like I own all the expansions, but I normally don't need to play with expansions.
Right.
I'm just a completionist. But with this game, I mean, at least for me, I will never play it without the Valhalla expansion, because you want like Vikings, they would throw themselves into battle and be happy to die. Where that wasn't really represented in the game. And then they added the Valhalla expansion, which added a little board with a couple more monsters you could buy or you could fight in the afterlife. Right. And the way you got warriors into the afterlife was them dying. So if you went on a big voyage and you got in trouble before you even got to the monster and lost like 6 dice, it could ruin your game before.
Oh, 100%.
But now you get those 6 little tokens, one for each of the die, and you can trade those in for battles in Valhalla and get points there as well.
Thematically, I can see how that makes sense, and
It's
it
huge.
completes the story definitely.
Yeah.
And I've played with that expansion at your house the one time, and it was okay. Like it was okay. Yeah. To me, it's not like, okay, this is a must. I still love the base game,
and it is solid. I always felt bad when you went into a situation and
everything
you
dies.
have 7 dice and you roll blanks on everything, and you just wasted 2 turns building up to get absolutely nothing.
I have had one game where I never made it around the first corner.
Yeah, and
but like that was one game. So yeah, no, and I could see that especially in that game, if there had been something else.
And like for me, like I chose this game because I can play it with new people.
Yeah, for sure.
And when a new person who's not a big gamer just gets stomped right away, they're not going to want to play it.
That's true.
Whereas this way, when they get stomped, it's kind of funny because you still get to use those later. You're just not getting what you thought you were going to get.
Yeah, no, for sure. I see the benefit of it for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's so good. Yeah, I quite love this game. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's my number 9.
Champions of Midgard. Nice. So my number 9, and I forget what it is, and I forget what category I was trying to go for. This is my party entry. It tends to be the type of game we play the most, because we often have like my neighbors come over, their kids come with them, and then we are a bigger group. So you're looking at party games typically anyways. Yeah. This is also one that was a huge hit with my family. Okay. And that's why it's Hister and the bingo version. And the bingo version, because when you play this version, everybody is guessing at the same time. Okay. And you're guessing on different categories. There's like an easier mode, there's a harder mode. So like the harder mode would be like you try to guess the artist specifically or the title of the song specifically or things. On the easier mode is like, which decade was this from? Or, it's like, or there'll be some that's a bit more specific, or was it a solo artist, or was it a band, or different things like that. And then like you have this little plastic ball in the middle, and you spin it to this, and that's going to decide which category you're doing. It's like a disco ball, and then it lights up and it flashes colors. Sure. And then you scan the card, and it has a QR code on the back, and it'll play 20 seconds of the song. And then you have like a dry erase board, and you'll write your answer depending on the category, what the question is. And then, but you're all playing at the same time. So some of us might be correct. Some of us might be wrong. If we're correct, we get to put an X of that particular category on our bingo card. First one to get a line wins the game. But regular Hister is more like a timeline where you take turn getting cards, and you're like, because there's a year published on there, and you're trying to fit it in the proper timeline, which is also very great. But with bingo, you get all the cards. That's all you really need to play original Hister. So you could play both version of it.
Can you mix cards from original Hister?
Of course, 100%.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, 100%. So it's just, to me, and everybody, because everybody listens to music or has heard music at some point. Yeah. And so it's like, I think I was in high school. Yeah. When that came out, like it's like, so where does that fit in? So it's just neat. It kind of brings a lot of nostalgia with the older songs and new songs. And then it's just every time we've played it, it's been well received. So that's my number 9, Hister Bingo.
Yeah, so we picked up the base Hister.
Yeah.
And have played that a whole bunch. So I've got 4 kids and my wife.
Yeah.
My wife's very musical and the kids listen to music, but it was so surprising how often one of my kids would be like, oh, well, that's like really old from like the 80s. But they would like pull out the name of the artist and the actual year that it was.
Oh, wow.
And it was so surprising to see like a 17-year-old know like,
right.
Oh, that was like Chuck Berry from the 60s. Like,
oh, no way. It's like, really?
Yeah. So it's such a good little game. Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't played the bingo one, but
nice.
I'm sure it's just as good, if not better.
Exactly. Yeah. No, that still has the same essence, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. So that was my party entry. And now we're on to number 8.
Perfect. So my number 8 is I'm a big fan of cooperative games.
Yes.
I like playing as a group.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my favorite games is Pandemic.
Yes, I love Pandemic.
But I find it does get a little bland.
If you play lots, yeah.
Yeah, the same thing over. And my buddy and I played Pandemic Legacy all 3 seasons, which were great.
Nice. Yeah.
But again, it's kind of the same game over and over again. And then just this last summer, I was able to get a hold of a copy of Lord of the Rings, Fate of the Fellowship.
Nice.
Which is, some people I've heard say that it's nothing like Pandemic at all, but I disagree very heavily. Like, I feel like it's just Pandemic with the Lord of the Rings theme.
It's like the most, like out of the Pandemic game, it's the one that feels the least like Pandemic.
I guess, but like you're still, I mean, you're not losing zones, but you're still getting the orcs flooding into, and I guess you don't have different colors of orcs dealing with different issues. But the thing that I really loved about this is every single game of it's going to be completely different dependent on what characters you have in play.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the missions that you have to complete are based on the characters that you have in play. So you always have Frodo and Sam as a couple. And then everybody gets to choose 2 characters as well. So the hobbits are split into 2 separate characters. So you've got Sam and Frodo are one single character.
Yeah.
And then
the other 2.
The other 2, Merry and Pippin, are another character. And then all of the other characters in it, like Gimli and Gandalf and all of them are their own characters. So you choose 2 different cards that you have. And it gives you a lot more options. Mm-hmm. Whereas in base Pandemic, you only had the one character. So you were only doing what your character could do at the location your character was at. Whereas with this one, you have 2 different characters that could be on 2 totally different areas of the board. Mm-hmm. And you're given a certain number of actions. I think it's 4 actions or 5 actions, something like that.
Between,
And you get to do 4 with one character and 1 with another character. So you choose which one's getting to do the primary thing, but all of your characters are always moving. And you have to complete a whole bunch of different goals all over the board. And then your final goal is always to get the ring to Mordor and throw it in Mount Doom.
Yes.
But yeah, it's so good. And there's a little bit of chance with dice rolling. And it comes with a big dice tower that you assemble. And it just looks amazing on the board. It does get a little cluttered.
Ideally it doesn't if you keep on top of things.
Sure. But there's a lot of small stuff on the board because they had to fit a lot of information and still get it onto a table.
Yeah.
But yeah, super thematic. Like if you like Lord of the Rings, if you like playing with your buddies, if you like a challenging game, like I think I've played it 10 times and I think I've beaten it once.
Wow. I do like my co-ops
to
be challenged.
So
you do what you got to do.
Yeah. You do what you got to do. No, but yeah, it's such a good experience.
Yeah.
If you like Pandemic, if you like Lord of the Rings, this is so good.
It's a slam dunk, yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Perfect. That's my number 8.
Nice.
Fate of the Fellowship.
All righty. My number 8 was let me see. This is my 1 versus 1 entry. I really like to play a game where we're just battling to the death for some reason. Like I loved it in Star Realms. I love it in Dice Throne. The dog's going insane. Somebody's probably walking on her street.
Could be.
But this one is Toy Battle.
Ooh.
I just discovered this one recently, and I was like, oh. And if I'm rebuilding a collection, this game has 8 different maps that plays differently. Okay. So kind of creates almost like you got 8 different 1 versus 1 game, right? Sure. So got to consider that. It's like that would be horrible to get down to 10, but if it happened, this one would get in there. Now with this one, it's really you're battling, trying to make it across the board and take over the other person's
territory.
Right, like their base camp.
Sure.
It's like flag or
like capture the flag
type of game, right?
Control.
But you can't just go there. You have to move your way up there. And then all these are these ridiculous little toys that have a number assigned to them, and you can kind of capture another person's toy by covering it up, but you need to have a number that's greater than what they've played. Okay. But then they can cover back up. And then if you ever get like a segment that you control, you also get that victory point. So there's two ways of winning. Either you've reached a number of victory point you need for this particular board because it's different for each game, or that you have captured the other person's base. But each toy that you play kind of have a different ability. So like the little duck is super easy to beat, but it can go and cover any other characters. While some is like when you play that, you get to draw extra tile because normally you either place a tile or you draw a tile. So and it allows you to kind of do both, right? One will be like, hey, you get to do that and you get to just remove one of the surrounding enemy toy that's from where you play it. But it is just really satisfying and fun to play. And with the 8 different boards, it's great. So that's my entry for my 1 versus 1 entry kind of 2-player game.
Sure. So I've heard so much good stuff about this. I haven't been able to play it.
We will today.
Had we recorded this an hour later, probably would have played it because I think we're going to play it right after this. So,
yes.
It looks lots of fun. I was a toy kid. I played with toys until I was way too old to be playing with toys.
Still do.
So I guess I'm a board gamer. So that's fair. But yeah, like I would spend hours out in the backyard in a dirt pile with all my G.I. Joes fighting He-Man, fighting the rubber ducky, like whatever I could find that looked like a toy was part of the battle.
Oh, you'll love this.
So this is like my childhood, like just straight up. I'm sure I'm going to be stealing it from you on the way out the door.
There you go.
No, but I'll probably be ordering a copy on the way home.
Nice. So. Wonderful. Perfect. So that's my 1 versus 1 entry, number 8, toy battle.
Perfect. Okay, so I am a fan of heavier games.
Yes.
But I find it hard outside of like a small group that I play with to play like the big heavy Lacerdas and like 8-hour games.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't happen all that often. And the themes of those are sometimes a little light. Mm-hmm. But I found this game a few years ago. It's called Ark Nova. And it's a heavier game. It's not area control or anything like that.
No.
But you're building up your own little zoo. So everybody has their own personal board where they're using these little, not polyomino, but they're like hex kind of polyomino shaped tiles. And you're developing your own zoo and working around this track to gain points. One of the things I thought was really neat is that if you build up your zoo and you do all this awesome stuff in the zoo, but you don't do anything else, you're going to lose.
Right.
Because you have 2 different tracks that are kind of going opposite to each other. And you only score points based on the difference once they've passed each other.
Right.
So if you don't release some creatures into the wild and help repopulate the world with creatures that are endangered and stuff like that, you're never going to increase that track. So you're not going to score any points. So you have to really have like a good weighted balance.
Yeah.
And then you're building a tableau of cards in front of you as well. So you might have actions that you can play and they become more powerful because you have a whole bunch of different creatures in front of you that let you change actions and do different things. It's very heavy and thinky for my normal groups that I play with. Mm-hmm. But it's one that I think I could introduce to, like somebody who's played a little bit of games. I feel like I could sit down and say, okay, guys, we're going to spend the next 5 hours playing this game. So get a charcuterie board, get your glass of wine,
right? Get comfortable,
and we're just going to build our own little zoos. And I know they came out with a big fancy 3D version just recently, where like all the zoo enclosures are
really
huge, chunky 3D things, and I just don't have the space because this is a giant table hog.
Right.
Like if you have got a small kitchen table, this is not the game for you. But it's so good, and there's a good solo option for it because a lot of my gaming is solo. Like I would say 70% of my gaming is probably solo.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it was important for me to have games on this list that
could be played solo.
Yeah, I need to be able to play them solo, but I didn't want solo specific games.
Right.
Just because I'm less likely to get to play with people with those.
Right, yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I mean Ark Nova, I didn't describe it very well, but and it's got one of my favorite action selection things. It was the same thing in
New Dawn.
Civilization in New Dawn, where you have 6 action cards out in front of you, and they're slotted in spots 1 through 6. And if you choose one, it slides all the way down to the first position. But depending on where it is on that track, the higher value it is, the more powerful that action is. So you need to kind of mitigate and build up and wait for the situation to use that card so you can get the best value for that card before it gets dumped back into the one value.
Right.
And you got to wait for it to all come back.
Yeah.
It's such a slick mechanism.
It really is.
I want to see it in more games. Like those are the only 2 games I've ever seen that mechanism in. I'm sure it exists because I don't play a ton of games.
Right. I'm trying to think. I think there was a third, but I can't.
But there's not a lot. So
no, there is really not.
Like I think it just needs to happen way more often. It's such a good, clean mechanism.
Yeah. No, I like it for sure.
Yeah. So that's my number 7, Ark Nova.
Great pick. It was a long teach. The first time I played it, it was an hour 15 minutes to learn.
Yeah.
And I bought it because it was a great game, and I haven't played my copy because I'm dreading teaching it.
I don't doubt it. Well, like you really need to set aside, like if there's somebody who hasn't played it, you need to set aside 4 or 5 hours.
I feel like I should play it again with people who have played it so I can really properly learn it before I try to teach it too. So
I think it's on that Board Game Arena.
Oh.
Like I think it's one of the ones that's available on that. So that might be a better option to play it that way, but I don't play online games really.
I'm not big in that way either, but yeah. Okay. That's good to keep track of that. Wonderful. All righty. Now we are going to my number 7, which in my number 7 was my cooperative entry.
Okay.
And it's our first crossover as well.
Oh.
Yes. So also Fate of the Fellowship. Now you're saying if you love Lord of the Ring, you're going to love this game. I had never watched Lord of the Ring. Or I had read The Hobbit a little bit, but all the songs in there kind of like, oh my God, like what the heck? So I don't want anything to do with it.
It was definitely a product of its time.
I guess so, right? Yeah. But we played this game, and yes, you can see like as you're playing, the mechanism does follow Pandemic, definitely. Like if you get too many of these that happen, you would lose the game. You know, like at the end of each round, you flip cards that probably aren't going to be great. But it was neat because you flip a card and it says like, hey, based on what is on the top of this card, this is what happens. And then it's either like the bottom portion that activates or the top portion that activates. And it all depends on what the previous card is. So you would kind of activate these cards differently each time.
Yeah. If you look at the stack of cards on the bottom left-hand corner of the board there,
there's a red flag.
Because there's a red flag, you do the red action on the card next to it. And if the red flag's not there, you do the black action. So like it could be a terrible card that's coming up for you.
Yeah.
But it might be okay because the red flag's not there to really stomp you. You're just doing like move a couple guys around the board.
And it was really neat and satisfying. Now, like is the goal always the same?
The final task is always get the ring to Mordor.
But you have different tasks that'll change
depending on what characters are in the game.
Exactly.
There's different
so if you had to restart a collection, this one would feel like it has a lot of variety.
There's so much in it.
Yes, exactly. Now, not knowing much about Lord of the Ring, I really enjoyed the gameplay of this. I have since watched all the Lords of the Ring because I had talked about it, and it's like, and then you get the ring, and then you got to throw it in this volcano, and you have the evil eye following you, and then they're like, it was painful listening to you talk about the game, not knowing anything about it. So I've watched it now. But yeah, and then so it does kind of increase the appreciation for the game for sure. So. But the game is solid, even if
you liked it before.
I liked it before, yeah.
And that's perfect. And you could like with Pandemic, I was saying it's a lot of the same. You could do that with this. You could just play with the hobbits and Legolas and Gimli and Aragorn, and then it would be more or less the same game every time.
Yeah.
So you have that ability. You don't have to mix it up, but it gives you
it's nice
ability.
that you can.
Yeah, it gives you the ability to mix it up. Like, it's so good.
Yeah, really good. So that was my number 7, Lords of the Ring, Fate of the Fellowship.
So good. Yeah. Okay, so my number 6 is my, I suppose, entry into the 1v1 category.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't specifically try to find 1v1s, but I did want one single 1v1 on there.
Right.
And this is, in my personal opinion, the greatest 1v1 game ever made.
Okay.
I really do. Like, I haven't found another one that I think encapsulates like the stress, but the pressure. Like, so it's Star Wars Rebellion.
Oh, okay. Yes. Oh, so that's 1v1.
It's 1v1. You can play 2v2, but really it's a 1v1
right.
with a variant to if you have 4 people at the table.
Right.
But it's 1v1.
Okay. Yeah.
And what it is you have one side playing the Rebellion, one side playing the Empire.
Nice.
The Empire starts with so much stuff on the board, and the Rebels have nothing.
That would sound about right. Yeah.
You feel as the Rebels that you are losing.
Right.
For the entire game.
Sounds great.
But the Empire, you have all this stuff, and all you have to do is find the Rebels and destroy their base because they're hidden on one of the random planets.
Right.
So the Imperials are trying to go and send probes out to all the different planets to see if there's anybody there. And but even as the Imperials, like, you just feel like you're losing the whole time. Like, you're never going to find this guy. And the best thing is when, like, you're setting up and you put it on a little moon right beside the Empire's giant armada, because there's no reason for them to go to that little moon. There's no benefit. They don't get any resources from being there. So it's hilarious when they spend the whole game spreading out to try to find you. They're super stressed out. And then it's nice because there is a bit of a, like, it is definitely weighted so that the Empire has a better chance.
Right.
But they threw in a card that you can always use as the Rebels.
Right.
Which is Runaway, basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice.
So if the Empire finds your planet and doesn't wipe you out that turn, you have the option to run away.
Right.
And you just randomly draw one of the cards that they haven't been to yet, and now you're on that planet. Right. And you can have people out on the board and wiping. Like, it's so well made.
Oh, neat.
And it's I just love a 2-player game.
And it sounds so thematic to the movies.
Oh yeah, it's straight thematic. It's so good. And I just love a game where you always, like, both sides just feel like you're losing.
Right. Yeah. No, that sounds
like,
interesting.
It's so good. And it's such a different experience which side you're playing. And you have, like, space combat, and I don't know, it's Star Wars in a box. Like, it is Star Wars, the board game. Nice. Like, if I got rid of every other Star Wars game, this was the only one that existed, I think I would be happy. Yeah. Because it's just so, yeah, it's such a good game, such a good experience. Nice. Yeah, definitely give it a try if you ever have a chance. I want to. Oh, you haven't played it yet? I haven't played this one, okay. Yeah. So we'll set it up, and you and I'll have a go at it sometime. Yes, we'll have to. That does look interesting. And I just love how it seems to follow the movie so well. For sure, yeah. And it's nice because there's thematic points, like in the movies, spoilers, Obi-Wan sacrifices himself so that the good guys can get away. Yeah. Well, that card is in the game, but you don't have to use Obi-Wan. Luke could sacrifice himself to let everybody get away. So it could change it all up. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's interesting. The Empire could catch Chewbacca and turn him into a bad guy. Oh, what? Yeah, like there's. Oh my God. Okay, that's interesting. There's all these variations on the movies, so it's not straight from the movie. Right. Change it up a bit, but yeah, it's so good. Oh, that looks. So that's my number 6, Star Wars Rebellion. Nice. All right, my number 6. This one was my deck building, my official deck building, because I had some games that had some deck building. Yeah, exactly. But I picked this one as my deck building game. I guess it would also count as like a dungeon crawl a little bit as well. Sure. And this is Clank Catacombs. So I really enjoyed Clank with the deck building aspect. And it's definitely, that's the pure part of the mechanism in this game is what you get in your hand, what you can do with it, trying to avoid the clank, which is kind of thematic. You're going into this dungeon. There is a dragon. You're looking for treasures and you want to get out afterwards. But the dragon somewhere, so you're trying to be quiet so it doesn't come after you. But you're going to have like card that movement that if like you're if you're moving quickly, you're going to make more noise. So you clank more. And every time you clank, you have to put these
like your color cubes into this area, and then when the dragon attack, all of those goes in the bag. You mix it up and you pull them out. Now there's dragons cubes in there, so at the first there's less likely to pull your own cubes out, but they don't go back in. So as you're pulling out, and then if your color ever comes out, that means you've kind of got caught, and then it slashed at you and you're taking health damage. But and then with Clank Catacomb is you start with just like your entry, you don't know what is out there, you don't know where it is, and you build the board as you move and you add these tiles. So because one of the things that was kind of a concern with the original Clank is you would have that sometimes one player that would just go in, barely go in, grab a treasure, get out, kind of triggering the end of the game right away, and you're deep into it and you got to try to make your way out before the game ends, and often you wouldn't. And it was annoying. It can be annoying when you have somebody who plays that way.
For sure. Yeah.
So with this one, that takes that away because you go in, some are one ways, you have to find a way back.
Yeah.
So that's kind of part of it. Like as you build, like you need to build a way to come back as well to be able to get out. So that is really interesting.
For sure.
And the deck building aspect. And then sometimes you'll have a monster that'll come out in the deck and then you want to defeat it. And then it's just so satisfying. Yeah. At the end of the game is whoever has the most points based on the treasure that you've collected, based on the tomes or the different things that you've collected in your deck as well. You kind of tally up and whoever has the most riches wins. Yeah. Such a neat, satisfying game. And Clank Catacomb is a great version of Clank. And that is my number 6.
Yeah. So I played Clank a few times and I'd owned it and bought it and sold it because we had that situation. I was playing with kids and they were like, well, why would I go on adventure if I can just grab this and get out quick? Yeah. And Clank Catacombs totally fixes this game. Mm-hmm. The other one that I really want to try is that Acquisitions Incorporated.
Oh, yeah.
So it's Clank. But it's like a campaign style of it.
Oh, okay.
And it just, I don't know, it seems fun, and everything I heard is that it's just very comically satisfying.
Okay.
So I do want to get that to the table sometime, but it's a fairly big commitment to get that much time invested into a game. But yeah, Clank is such a good game, such a fun little game.
Nice. Yeah, no, great. I do like it. So now we're halfway through. So we almost have half a mini collection now.
There you go. Our shelves are only half bare now.
Oh no, it would be all the way bare. Shelves
I suppose even after 10, they're pretty bare, but that's okay. So my number 5 is, this is what I would almost include in my party game category. It's not really a party game. It's more of a social deduction game.
Oh, I love it.
Which I love. Like anybody who knows me, they know that I'm full of BS.
Yes.
I just love trying to sucker people into doing the worst possible thing for their game. Even I don't know. It's just so much fun. So this is a game called The Resistance Avalon. So I prefer Avalon over The Resistance just because of the theming. Like the Resistance is like a cyberpunk future spies, whereas this is the Knights of the Round Table, which I like that stuff. Mm-hmm. So, and in this game, what it is you have a group of people, and there's a certain number of the minions of Mordred, which are the bad guys, and a certain number of players who are the blue cards, which are the Arthur's Round Table. The Knights of the Round Table. And then one person will be Merlin, who is also part of the good. So if you've ever played Werewolf,
right,
it's similar to like a one night werewolf or something like that, where you can add a whole bunch of different powers in as well. But I like playing the base with Merlin added in. And all you're doing is you have one person who says, I'm going to choose this mission to go on. There's going to be 5 people on the mission. The mission doesn't matter. It's not thematic. It's a mission. You can I played with one group where everybody wanted to know what the mission was, so everybody created this little story of what the mission was.
The mission's nice.
And then after the mission, we would say, "Well, what happened on the mission?" So it was actually quite entertaining from a storytelling standpoint. But yeah, so you have like 5 people going on a mission, and whoever the leader is, and the leader rotates every turn, they choose the 5 people that they want to go on the mission. And it's all about negotiations. It's like, well, Mel, you know that last time like we succeeded, so I'm going to be the good guy for sure. I definitely didn't fake succeed so that you would get me in your group.
Right. Who would do that?
Yeah, that would be shady and stuff like that.
Right.
Totally do that. But yeah, and then everybody votes on whether they like the group or not. And if everybody likes the group, the mission goes forward, and then everybody secretly puts in a card that either says succeed or fail.
Yeah.
And you mix them all up, and you slowly reveal them one at a time to see if you succeed. And if you succeed, the good guys win a point. And if you fail, the bad guys win a point. And it's just whoever gets 3 points first wins.
Yeah.
And there's a neat aspect that, so the first few times we played it, we didn't play with Merlin. So the bad guys just stomped the good guys all the time.
Well, you're not supposed to play with Merlin?
Yeah, well, you're supposed to. We just didn't read the rules, maybe. So it was hard. But so one player is Merlin. So at the very beginning of the game, once everybody has their roles that they're playing, everybody closes their eyes.
Right.
The bad guys open up their eyes and look to see who else is a bad guy.
Right.
So the bad guys know who each other are.
Yeah.
But then they close their eyes, they put their thumbs up in the air, and Merlin opens his eyes.
And can see
Merlin knows who all the bad guys are. But so he's like secretly giving information to everybody saying, hey, but the reason this works is because at the end of the game, if the good guys win, the bad guys have an opportunity to kill Merlin. And if they know who Merlin is and they kill him, the bad guys win anyway.
So you want to hint as to what people should do without being obvious about it.
Totally, yeah.
Right.
So it's such a fascinating. Yeah, I love it so much. Like I've never had it fail. It's just, and we've had it for so long, and like this is probably one of my most played games.
Oh, really?
Ever.
Wow.
Like every time we go with a new group of people that are like 5 or more, we bring this along, and everybody's like, okay, let's play it again.
I have a lot of games that are like this,
yeah.
like Secret Hitler. There's I can't think of any.
Well,
now.
And the werewolf games,
right?
Like
I have werewolf coins where everybody gets a coin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I played this one with you. Actually, that's the pictures in there, and it was a hit. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a good time. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, that's my number 5, Avalon.
Nice. All right, my number 5 was my dexterity entry. Now, before this last month, this would have been Crokinole without a doubt.
Sure.
We play Crokinole quite a bit. But it's changed recently because I got a new kind of board, and that is Carrooka.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah.
So Carrooka is like Crokinole. It's basically a Crokinole board, but you're playing pool.
Yeah.
And because we like to play pool, but we don't have room for a pool table.
Who does?
And then that's like dedicated space where it can never be put away. Like it's always there. But the Carrooka board gives you that kind of gameplay. So it scratches that itch. And then once you're done, you just put the board away and then you play your other games. So this is one that I would include if I had to rebuild my collection, because it means maybe what it could have burnt if
And do you play it like standard pool?
Exactly. Like so you
have your break
depending on what you pocket in. If it's going to be stripes or solid, then you play that way, and then you can't scratch the 8 ball. So it plays like pool, like it. And then there's like, if you sink the white ball in, and I'm calling them ball, they're disc, but if you sink the white ball in, then the other player takes the white ball, can put it anywhere in that inner circle, and then go from there. But it's flicking. Now, we suck. Mind you, I suck at pool anyways, right? But like, it's like, okay, I'm going to go there, and I'm flicking it out to this. It's just to get the hang of it, right?
Sure.
So, but it is so satisfying. It's really neat. Plus, this board is on a Lazy Susan. So you just rotate the board till you line up to what you want to do, and
That's
then you
smart.
like it's amazing. Now they have 2 versions of the Carrooka board. I have this one, which is Crokinole size.
Sure.
There's the green version that's a little bit bigger, and you can play snooker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've never played snooker. I don't know how that compares.
Played a little bit, but yeah.
But I'm completely satisfied with just playing pool. And you can play pool on the snooker table too if you wanted.
Sure.
Actually, my friend Darren got the snooker one. Yeah. And it's beautiful. And these boards are beautiful, and they're so satisfying to play. It is so satisfying to play.
And these discs are fairly big, it looks like in that picture, like a little bit bigger than a toonie for any you Canadians.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's like No, crocodiles
are fairly small, I think.
So it's bigger. Yeah, it's bigger than a toonie. I don't know, like a silver dollar size, maybe.
Sure.
Like, but no, so satisfying. Now the company that started Carrooka is in the UK, only delivers out there. They don't deliver to Canada. However, there is a Canadian company that got the rights to produce these.
Oh, great.
So they're now available in Canada. Now it's one that it has a significant price tag attached to it because you're getting this beautiful and so much material to it.
Yeah.
But it's well worth it in my opinion.
Well, and that's like for me, if I didn't own a crokinole board from like my grandparents when I was little, I would invest the money on a $300 board.
Yeah.
Just so that it's a good, solid, chunky.
Yes.
So like I don't know, something like this, it's more of like a legacy thing. And this is something you can pull out with anybody. So
100%.
Hang it on your wall. It's almost a piece of art.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I think that like the price, I don't know what they cost, but I think the price tag is definitely worth.
Yeah.
Especially if you like pool.
I think with shipping, $300 to $500 is what you're probably looking at with this. So
yeah. I mean, if you can afford it and you love pool and you love crokinole, like I feel like this is maybe a better game than crokinole.
Well, like I do like crokinole, but this you don't have to keep track of score, and like it's less fidgety in a way that it's just simpler to play, but and it's just more widely understood.
Yeah, everybody knows how to play 9-ball or whatever this is. Like everybody knows how to play standard pool.
Yeah, exactly.
Not everybody knows how to play crokinole, and I find like my issue with crokinole is you got to hit that piece that's in play already before your piece, and that confuses a lot of people because you'll be playing with like some 8-year-old who just drops it right in the hole, but there's other pieces on the board. Sorry, buddy, that didn't count.
That's not what we were doing there.
So yeah, I like positive. Yeah, so it's good. Like I mean, it's it looks great.
That was my number 5.
Nice,
Carrooka.
Awesome. Okay, so my number 4, I put down the general version that I would purchase.
Okay,
it's not the one that I own now.
Okay.
So this is Wingspan.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I
wondered. I was like, Wingspan over the others, huh?
So I heavily prefer Wormspan.
Yeah.
I just like Wingspan because I feel like it's a little bit more approachable for the general population than Dragons.
Sure.
Like I can play this with my mother-in-law.
Right.
Hypothetically. Yeah. I could play this with my neighbors. Whereas you see Dragons still have that stigma a little bit.
Sure.
And I wanted my collection to be a little more generally accessible. So
if you only have 10 games, exactly. You would.
Yeah, like these are the 10 games I'm going to have, not planning on having 10 games in a week and then a week later buying 50 more. Like these are the games I'm going to have for the next, like I would almost own these for the next 20 years and just have these games.
Yeah, if you were stuck with this, like you would have decent games. Like if for some reason there's no board games available to purchase.
Yeah. But anyways, so like Wingspan, this whole series is great.
Yes.
I love building a little tableau of cards out in front of me. I like hunting down like the neat cards that I really want to have. And then I think at this point, most people have played this game too. Mm-hmm. So it's so widely sold. Like I think you can buy it in Walmarts and stuff like that.
Nice. Yeah.
Like it's everywhere. But so you have a hand of cards and you're just basically building out a tableau depending on whether you're in the woods or the prairies or the wetlands. Yeah. And then you have the option to activate the entire row of cards. So you might have cards in your row that will add eggs to different cards, or will score you a point, or will let you tuck cards underneath, or will eat other cards. Because you have predator birds as well that will eat the smaller birds. Mm-hmm. And now I do like Wormspan because it got rid of the tower, the dice tower. Because I found that the dice tower was a little limiting at some point Yeah,
because it depends on what you had for fuel.
Yeah, so the only resources are what you roll.
Yeah.
And if there's no resources that you need, you're in a little bit of trouble. Whereas Wormspan, you've got to do that.
You pick whatever you want.
Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do it, as long as you have the actions. But still, I didn't mind it. And again, I love dice chucking.
Yeah.
So rolling a couple dice down this little bird thing, like it's I know it's pretty good. So
yeah.
But and who doesn't love little eggs as long as you don't eat them? It's
right. Exactly.
I mean, they do look very, very much like those the chocolate Cadbury eggs or whatever, but mini eggs, yeah. But yeah, again, like didn't describe the game super great, but I mean, it's so good. Like,
yeah,
just I just love building your tableau, and again, you can play it in like an hour.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, and there's a lot of weight to it.
And it's well organized. The components are beautiful. Like there's just if it's not your turn and you're just reading the information on your card, it's satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. And it's easy to teach to anybody. Like, like brand new players can play this.
For sure.
And understand it.
Yeah.
Which is huge. So
yeah,
that's my number 4, Wingspan. Totally worth it. Any of the Span games are totally worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, they did a great job with that series. For sure.
Good. Yeah, that Elizabeth Hargraves did so good with them. Yeah.
Okay, so my number 4 is my trick taking entry. Now, I had a real hard time with because there's so many good trick taking games. Now, I like how some is like, oh, that one does something a little different. But doesn't like, I like them because of the variety of it. But if it was just the only one I had, so I had a real hard time narrowing it down. So I kind of went with like, which is the one my family, we get to the table and we love it every time. And that is Vampire Queen. Oh my God, we love this one. We play it like it's and then so I bought it by accident. It was a box of games that I bought and it was in there and they're like, okay, so let's give this a try. It's like, oh my God, it's so good. And my copy is so worn out that I'll show you, like you could see like the lines of the cardboard like is rubbing off. You know, because it's been like so well used. But this is just it's a card shedding game. You're trying to get rid of your cards, and whoever does that scores 0 that round. Everybody else scores whatever you have in your hand for the number value of it. So there's no suit. There's no like. It's just. I guess it's even a trick taking. I'm gonna say yes, but you play a card, and everybody has to play. Like if I play a single 3, then everybody has to play a card higher than the 3 in order to play, or pass if you can. Whoever plays the highest takes that. It goes aside, and they start the next round. Now, you have the Vampire Queen, which is a 14. She can be used as a 14, which is the highest card. She can be used as a wild along with the other one, because if I play 3 8s, then in order for you to play, you have to play 3 cards higher than 8. Oh, okay. And so on, right? So you kind of dictate. So if you have one person that's down to 1 card, well, then you're going to play pairs, right? Sure. If you can, because they can't play. Now, where this game is different from all the other game is you have vampire hunters. Sure. Those cards never get discarded. So, and you can only play them at the start of a round. So if it's my turn, I have a vampire hunter card and I'm going to want to play it because they're worth 15 points and 20 points, depending on which one you have. Or if you have both, then it's way too many points. So then I'll play it first, and you can't hide it because they're double-sided. So if it's in your hand, people know you have the vampire hunter. So, and I'm going to play it. Now, when a vampire hunter is played, everybody plays a card. You can't pass. You don't have to match what anybody else plays. You play a single card, and whoever plays the highest card has to take all of those cards and add them to their hand, including the vampire hunter. So guaranteed at the end of the game, somebody has the 15 point or the 20 point in their hand. And probably a couple other cards. Of course. Yeah. But sometimes it's good. It's like, okay, fine, whatever. And you collect, but there was a lot of 2s. Now I'm playing 5 2s. Take that. Yeah. Right? So you kind of get a bit of an advantage playing that. But you always want to try to keep a low card to throw at the vampire hunters if you can. You play 5 rounds. After 5 rounds, whoever has the lowest points win. We love it. Yeah. We love it. Now they've reprinted it. There's a new version. The artwork is different. I like this one the best. Yeah, like you have like Victorian era vampires. Like it's great. It is so great. Great game. Love it. And if anything happened, we're definitely getting this one again. Yeah, I feel like I played this with you once because I like when I saw the box, I didn't recognize it, but as soon as I saw that hand of cards, I was like, oh, definitely played this, definitely enjoyed it. So spoilers from my list a little bit.
I didn't include a trick-taking game because I assumed that I would have a deck of cards.
See, you're making, and I assumed I wouldn't.
And I made that assumption, and I didn't, because like I would put a deck of cards as my number one.
Oh, 100%.
Because there's 1,000 games you can play there.
100%. Yeah.
So, I mean, had I chosen a trick-taking game, I might have stuck a game called Fishing on, because I'm really loving fishing.
Fishing is great.
If you're interested in trick-taking games, look at it. I'm not going to talk about it here. But
Park is great. There's so many. This is the thing. Like, there's so many great trick-taking games that I would like. I would have a collection of trick-taking game always. But if for some reason I was narrowed to 10, you wouldn't do 10 all trick-taking games.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, and that's why, like, again, I cheated a little bit.
Yeah.
Assuming that there's a deck of cards available.
The deck of cards was in your pocket, so it didn't get flooded. You're okay.
Yeah, right. Totally. Or you go to the dollar store and get one for $1. Like,
yeah, right.
Yeah, but yeah, I loved the art in this game. I don't remember the game specifically, but like trick-taking is such a solid.
So much.
I very rarely played a bad trick-taking game.
Yeah, no, for sure. All right.
Yeah. Okay, where are we at now?
Number 3.
Okay, well, my number 3 is probably the game that we've owned the longest.
Okay.
So we love The Walking Dead.
Okay.
Comic books specifically. The TV show was good, but
we
like that whole, zombies are terrible, but like the people are kind of the thing that you have to worry about.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, and again, like with Avalon, I liked that kind of hidden trader kind of mechanism that's in there. So this game's called Dead of Winter. So it's a crossroads game, which means that there is a deck of cards or a scenario that keeps every turn a new thing happens.
Oh, okay.
So all the crossroads games do this.
Oh, I see. Okay,
in one way or another. So in this one, you're just a group of survivors. You have a survivor in front of you, and you can get more survivors, and each of them have different abilities that they can do. And you're just trying to, depending on what the scenario is, you might be trying to find medicine.
Right.
Or you might be trying to survive 9 turns.
Right.
Or whatever. There's so many different things. And then there's a half dozen different locations outside of your base. So your base is that middle board. It shows on the right there, it's got all your survivors who are in the place. And then each of those 6 little areas that have all the zombies on it in the picture there.
Yeah.
Those are the doors to your building.
Oh, I see. So there's a bunch of zombies at the doors.
And if zombies ever overrun those, it kills survivors inside, drops your morale.
Right.
You can lose. So this is a cooperative game with a chance of a traitor.
Oh, geez. So there might be a traitor. There might not be a traitor. So that means you're just going to be suspicious of everybody.
Basically. And everybody, well, you will be suspicious of everybody because something that they did with this that's so clever is when you're setting up the game, if you have 5 players, you're going to deal out 10 of these secret role cards, plus 1 secret traitor card.
Right.
You shuffle those up and deal them out. So still, there's only like a 20 or 30% chance that you actually have a traitor.
Yeah.
But your secret role says you only win the game if at the end you win the scenario.
So you have this secret goal you got to
you have 6 fuel saved up.
Right.
So you're going to look traitory because you're like, no, I don't have any fuel. And people will be like, well, you were just at the gas station and drew 6 cards. How do you not have fuel? Like, you must have fuel. And I like
it would make you look like a traitor, even though you're not.
Yeah. Everybody looks like they're a traitor. Everybody. Nice. But you know that only one of you potentially is.
Right. And
each of the locations has that little search deck there. And on the location, it shows what could possibly be in there. And not the quantity, but how often that card will come up. So some locations won't have certain items.
Okay.
So I remember when when my kids were younger, like maybe 7 or 8, we were playing this at home and we had a big game going and we were so close to winning. And then my wife draws some cards from like the school, which doesn't have weapons.
Right.
And the kids are like, oh, okay, well, we got to get the traitor. I'm like, well, we'll figure it out. And then Mom plays some weapons into the pile. I'm like, well, but how did you get those weapons? Oh, I pulled them out of the pile. But there's no weapons at that location. How could you possibly? And then she's like convinced them, oh, no. no, there's definitely weapons there. I had weapons before. I'm like, no, guys, like, she can't. And then they punted me out, called me the traitor. We lost the game. My wife won, but you know what? It's all good. It was such a good memory. Like, it was such a fun.
Nice.
I like anytime you can have a little bit of deception. And then there's the Crossroads deck as well. That it's that yellow deck up there.
Oh, okay,
with Crossroads on it. And every single turn, the player ahead of you is going to flip a card over. And it has a, if this happens, then this will happen. So during that player's turn, they could be doing something, and that card just never gets used. But it might say, if the player goes outside.
Right.
So now, stop. You've gone outside, stop what you're doing.
Right. Then you got to
read through this, and there's a new scenario that's happening.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like
so that would feel so different every time you play it.
Yeah, for sure. Like, we played the same. There's a couple short scenarios and a couple longer. We played the short scenario a whole bunch of times, and there's always just a little bit of variation, just enough to be like, oh man. And then the characters in the game, like,
I've not played this yet.
You haven't played this.
I haven't. Now I kind of really want it.
So there's like a dog, the super dog. He just saves people. And there's like a drunk Santa who, if the group decides to sacrifice him at some point in time, their morale goes up because he's such a jerk the whole time. Oh my God. But he's very efficient at doing other things. So there's always these like catch-22 kind of decisions.
Yeah.
It's such a good game. Amazing. I love it so much. They made a couple of expansions. I've owned them. I never played them.
Right.
Because I just don't think you need it.
Yeah, the base game sounds good.
Yeah, base game is so packed full of stuff. And I got there's a tabletop day edition. So I've got, I don't know if you know who Felicia Day is.
Yeah.
So I've got Felicia Day in my game.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. And she's kind of terrible because all the bad things happen when she's in the game. So, but like I love her as an actress and stuff like that, and just to have her part of this, that
would be cool.
It's just a little bonus that's just great. Yeah,
neat.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, Dead of Winter, my number 3.
Ah, man, that's gonna get added to my collection here pretty soon.
It needs to.
Okay, my number 3 was my worker placement entry. It's also my heavier game entry because so far I've had like most games. I mean, like, they're not super light, but some have been more on the lighter side. And this is going to be Galactic Cruise. Oh. So Galactic Cruise is you're running a cruise company. We're going on cruises, so you got to bring in guests. They can sell your tickets for these cruises. You're going to plan the cruise out. You're going to go on these trips, and you come back, and hopefully everybody had a great time, and you get points from it. Yeah. However, this is like, we've done the water. Now we're doing cruise in space. So you need to build your rocket ship. You need to have like different things on the rocket that's going to attract different type of guests. So ideally, when I play, I try to do like a themed ship. Like, let's have all adventure type rooms so that I can interest all the adventure type people, and we'll go visit the adventure planets and then do these excursions in space, But you also need to plan for this. So you're going to need to pack fuel because your rocket needs to make it all the way across. You're going to need to pack oxygen because there's no breathing out there without it. And is it food? You need to pack your
people
food.
People get
hungry. And you need to also consider that you're feeding your pilot, right? So, but the worker portion of it is you're going to need to collect all of these. So get the blueprints to put the ship together. And then you have that. Then to build those blueprints into the rocket. So you have the rocket. Sell tickets to interest people into your cruise. Now you could last minute add people, but there's benefit in pre-selling tickets.
For sure.
Definitely. Then once you have this, it's all ready to go, then you're going to take your turn. Instead of doing the worker placement, building all of this, you're going to take your turn to launch your cruise. And then each round, like, how long are you out there? And it's like, okay, well, on this one, we were doing this. And then, oh, now we're visiting a planet. Okay, now we're doing this. And then now we're back. And like, so, so each round you're going to activate a different portion of what you're doing on this cruise. And then when they come back, then you bring your scientist, who's also your pilot, back, and then they're your workers. So like they did a really good job with this game. It's so well packed and planned.
Oh, and
for a very heavy, fairly heavy game, it's really well depicted, and it just makes so much sense that it's fairly easy to grasp as to how to play this game.
Yeah.
Sure. It can be a bit of a longer teach, but it's a simple teach, really. Yeah. And then it's just neat and satisfying. Now, I've only ever played on the pre-printed side. You can play on the other side, and if things are randomized a little bit, so it kind of changes it up. But this would be my heavier entry game.
Yeah, I would consider this a fairly heavy game for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, because it doesn't feel so complex, is it really? But
sure. Yeah. Something I really like what they did with the worker placement is those 6 cards in the middle around that kind of green space there. Mm-hmm. You get to take the action on the card that you put your player on. Yeah. And then you also get a secondary action, right?
You get to activate 2 actions.
You get to activate 2 actions. But if you have placed out one of those little cogs that's in between the cards, now you can take an action from the card you're on or the adjacent card. Yeah. If you have cogs on either side, you can take it from the card you're on or the 2 adjacent ones. It's such
if you don't have a cog but another player do,
you can pay them to use their cog. Yeah, like it's very clever. And
it's
then
really well thought out.
During your cruises themselves, like you could have your ship packed with people, but if they're adventure people and you're going to entertainment sites, you're not going to make any money because you've got to have the right people.
You're going to need to really spend more advertisement to talk them into doing that.
Yeah,
action,
for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
It's neat.
Yeah, very clever design, very slick. I've almost bought it so many times. Again, it's a bit heavier, and I don't know that I would play it with my family. Yeah, because I don't think they would have the patience for it. But it's a game that, like it was on my short list for this.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
even though I would never get it played. just because I love it so much. Like and the bits, like I'm a sucker for bits and those little cogs. Like,
yes,
I don't know how many times I've picked them up and been fiddling with them and then realized, oh wait, I shouldn't be touching that. Such a good design, so well packed, and even just like right down to the little player packages. They're little rocket ships that hold all the bits for each individual player.
Did a good job. It's beautiful, beautiful game.
It's ridiculously overproduced.
In a good way.
But in a good way. I just, if it didn't have that production, I don't know that I would love it as much.
Oh, yeah, no, I could see that. And then like the gameplay is very solid.
Yeah, it's very good.
Very solid, but the fact that everything is so well designed and it looks so good definitely helps.
Well, and I think even one of the tiles you can add to your ship is like a board game convention.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, you'd better have a board game convention.
And you can fit, like, as you build your ship, like you create 2 tokens together will create a room, but board gamers are willing to bunk together. So you get more. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, such a clever design, so good. I don't know who the designer is, but I would definitely look at their other stuff and see what they
have. Just based on this, for sure.
It was so good.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Galactic Cruise. And tools, but it's not designer names I recognize. I wonder if this is like a first design, but that would be crazy.
Could be.
All righty. Okay. And we're on to number 2.
Well, Matt, now I just want to talk about Galactic Cruise more because it's so good. But so my number 2 is kind of a cheat for a race game.
Sure.
Because there's a race happening.
Right.
But you are not racing. This is called Camel Up.
That's a good one.
This is such a fun little party style gambling betting game where you have the ridiculousness of this camel race that's going on. So you've got the little pyramid in the middle that has one color die for each of the camels that are on the board. Plus you have one for the referee and one for the, I guess it's one die that has like black and then white. Right. And I don't know if it's a referee. I think they're actually both running backwards, aren't they?
It's just like camels that are on the loose on the track and they're wrecking havoc.
For sure. So the way this works is you're going to roll a die and then that color, whatever comes out, that's the camel that's going to move. And it's going to move forward that many spaces. Yeah. But the thing is that camels are really snuggly, I guess.
And
like piggybacks.
Yes.
So if that blue camel moves and the red and the green camel are on its back, they're moving just as far.
Yeah.
Because you pick up the camel that is at the bottom of the stack. So you pick up the blue and you'd move it. You'd leave the little yellow one behind, but everybody else moves forward.
Yeah.
So the thing that's really, really witty too is you've got these, we call them the drunken camels.
Right, yes.
Because they're running backwards on the track.
Yeah.
So if they ever come up and you have a camel on top of them, they're just going to move your camel backwards.
Yes.
So, and then what you're trying to do is you're just trying to earn the most money. So you're going to buy a camel and get points based on how it finishes. You're going to bet on who you want to finish first. You're going to bet on who you want to finish last.
Mm-hmm.
It's really just a big gambling game. And like, just the production of this is
amazing.
It's so overproduced.
Well, you open the board and you got this big 3D oasis that pops up.
Yeah. The tree there, it folds right into the board. Like, it's so ridiculous. Just a pop-up book, but like, and it's always a good time. Like,
That's so much fun.
And the nice thing is, it's like 20 minutes to play around.
Yeah.
So a lot of times in these games, you're like, okay, it's going to take us an hour and a half to teach it, or why don't we just play a practice round and I'll explain stuff as we go.
Right.
So when I teach this, I teach very little of it. And I just say, hey, this first game's not going to count.
Okay.
So let's just play. Now, here's an opportunity where you could do this if anybody wants to buy
as
it.
Thing comes up.
And it's so slick. It gets everybody involved.
Yeah.
And like the number of times that I've had people like jump up and be like, no, at the very end, or like their camel's almost at the back of the pack, but it's on somebody else's back. That guy moves 3, and then your camel moves 3 and wins the race. Like, oh, it's such a good time.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's such a great game.
Yeah, like it's not a race game technically, but this was I did want to put a race game in there.
Yeah, but this is satisfying for sure.
Oh, yeah, it's so much fun. Like, just such a good time. Camel Up, buy a cup. You should own this regardless.
Yeah.
Play it with people. Play it with people who don't play games. Everybody loves
Camel Up for sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Neat. Wonderful. All right. My number 2 entry, and I can't forget what that one was. This is my deduction entry.
Ooh, let me see if I can figure it out. No, I can't deduce anything.
It's Chronicles of Crime.
Okay.
Because, oh my God, I love the whodunit and trying to figure it out. I love the exit games, but they're one, right? So I'm not putting one of them in there. But this one has multiple scenarios that you can play. Plus, it's app driven, and on the app, you can acquire other scenarios as well.
Fan created stuff too, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never tried it.
Fan created stuff.
That would be cool, because then it just reuses what you have. Now, this is so satisfying because you have the board, you have a crime that has happened, and then you get called in and say, okay, well, let's go to the scene of the crime. Then you're going to view around the actual crime scene. And then it'd be like, there's paper over there. So then you're going to go through the cards and pull the one that says papers. So there's table, like there's food on the table. Okay, you go and find the food, and you got to pull the card that kind of represents what you're seeing.
Sure.
And then you can kind of start scanning these, like, no, that was nothing. Don't worry about it. Oh, then that goes back in. And then it's like, oh, you found the clue. Then it goes on the board.
Yeah.
Now you can go, and then there'll be like, oh, well, so-and-so was on the scene of the crime and they've discovered the body. So now we can go and talk to them. So then you're going to scan that character card and you're talking to them. And then you can ask them, say, well, what do you know about this paperwork that we found? So then you would scan the paperwork card and then they'll tell you what they know about the paperwork. Oh, I never saw that before. Or is like, oh yeah, they were going through bankruptcy. I'm completely making it up. I don't know what, but you get all of these things that are happening and you're trying to solve this. It is so satisfying. This just if you enjoy whodunit, perfect. And it's not just, okay, we got to find the murder. You got to find the murder. You got to find why they did it. You got to find who was helping them possibly. You got to find how did they come to do it? Like what, there's, because at the end, there'll be a series of questions about what happened that's going to create your score. Now, this one, you could play alone.
Sure. Yeah.
Right? Definitely. You can play 2 players, and I think it's great at 2 players. Get more players, it kind of get where you get spectators of people playing, right? Whenever there's an app-driven game, I like to connect my phone to the big screen TV so everybody can kind of see and participate at the same time. But these type of game, I love so much. And Chronicles of Crime is probably the one that I would get if I had to pick just the one. But that's my deduction entry.
So this one, I think you actually bought my copy off.
I bought your expansions.
Oh,
I don't do expansions except when you're going to give me more stories.
So this game was interesting to me.
Yeah.
The reason I bought it though is because I love Archie comics.
Okay, yeah.
And there's a whole scenario pack.
Yes.
That's basically like the 1980s, 90s Archie comics version. So I played through those.
Yeah.
And then I had enough of the game at that point. But I also played solo. So I didn't have that I do think that would bring in a lot if you had somebody else to
it'd be so neat. Yeah.
And then they did a noir one as well.
Yes.
And just again, I love stupid little bits. And they have a pair of glasses that you hook your phone into
to make it 3D.
So you're looking around the room like you're actually it's silly, it's unnecessary, but I love it.
Yeah.
Now I ended up getting rid of this one and also got rid of a game called Destinies.
Yes, because I bought your expansions of Destinies.
Oh, there you go. You bought all my expansions. Why are you buying expansions?
Because I had the base games.
But and then I ended up getting rid of that one because they came up with a new one called what's it called?
Dark Quarters?
Yes, Dark Quarter.
Yes.
So it's set in Louisiana, New Orleans.
And I do own all 3 of those.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I have.
So I have everything for Dark Quarter. I haven't played it yet, but I'm gonna force my wife to play a game with me, and I'm gonna do that one.
Yeah, no, it was really cool. Chronicles of Crime for the whodunit. Destinies was so satisfying, and it's more like adventure. Yeah,
it's like definitely an old video game point and click. It's straight up what it is.
It was neat, but it was really cool because we played 3 players. It's all the same scenario, but we have a different view on this.
Yeah.
So, but it's all, and we have different goals, kind of with this. It was so exciting. And then Dark Quarters is kind of combining both. So
now, have you played it?
Yes.
Oh.
So you do have the whodunit, but it's more because you'll have these side things that happens as well. So your character has these other different things they got to do. Yeah. And it's voodoo, dark magic, murder mystery. Oh, it's good.
Yeah. So, but this one was good. I haven't played the base of this one and I haven't played the noir, but the whatever it was called, Riverdale or whatever. It wasn't Riverdale, but whatever it was called, it was so fun and thematic. So it was a great pick. Yeah.
Nice. All righty. So now we're on the last game that we're going to add to the collection.
This is number 1. Hey?
This is number 1.
Well, my number 1 is a game that the first time I played it, it was so good. I fell in love with it immediately. I love the theme of this game.
Right.
It's one of my very favorite themes of all time. I'm not always a huge area control kind of person, but it has a bit of that. And this is Wonderland's War.
Oh, right.
So I just recently got rid of my normal edition and got the blinged up with all the miniatures.
Oh, nice.
And I'm in the middle of painting all the miniatures and stuff like that.
Nice.
They don't look as pretty as these painted miniatures because whatever, but I just did a wash on them to kind of match the colors.
Nice.
But, so this game is set up in 2 different phases.
Yes.
So you have your tea party. So there's that circular area or oval area in the middle there. That's the tea party. That's where everybody's hanging out. And all it is you're just walking around from place setting to place setting. And there's a bunch of little mini cards set out that give you some kind of bonus. Mm-hmm. So this is a bag building game. Mm-hmm. So you start with a handful of chips. There's a couple of bad chips and a bunch of good chips. And then as you're traveling around this table, you're collecting stronger chips.
Right, yeah.
Or maybe a Wonderlandian's going to come and play on your team now. So you might be able to get the caterpillar to come hang out.
Nice.
Or the walrus or somebody. And so you spend the first half of it's 3 rounds. You spend the first half of the first round collecting up stuff. You take 3 turns or something like that, or 4 turns. And then you're putting little miniature workers out onto the exterior spaces there, because each of those is a different area in Wonderland that you're vying for control of.
Yes.
And that's how you score points, is by having control of these at the end. And what you do is, once you get into that combat phase, you start in the first area. There's a little sword that goes out that shows which one's the first, and then it goes clockwise around. And you're going to be drawing into your bag, pulling out a chip blindly, and then 1, 2, 3, flip. And whatever it does, you do something. So you might lose a couple workers, like you. Yeah. So you don't attack each other ever, but you might lose workers because of your tokens. So you're not really attacking other people. You're kind of messing yourself up, which I kind of like too.
Right. True.
You're never like, haha, suck it. I beat you. I killed your guy. That just doesn't happen. And it's basically a race to get to a certain level on this power track. And whoever at the end, because you can quit at any time, you can stick your hand in, pull it out, and it can be empty, and you get nothing.
Right.
And then that's basically you saying, I'm done. I'm not going to go any further.
I did what I wanted to do.
Yeah. And then whoever finishes with the highest power in that area, doesn't mean you wipe out everybody else on the board. They could still be there. But whoever has the highest power at the end wins that area. Then you move on to the next. You do it 4 more times.
Yeah.
You reset, you put in the second level cards, you do the tea party again, you pull out more amazing, awesome chips that are great, and there's a whole bunch of extra chips. So you have your own, like Alice will have her chips that do stuff, and then there's also Wonderlandian chips. So you might get cards, like the little card soldiers that can be working for you. So you flip the card and he's a certain strength, or you might have the evil cucumber, Pickle. I don't know what it's actually called. It's like but we call it the evil Pickle. And it's a 1 power on one side and a 5 power on the other side.
Oh, right. Yes.
Or it's a 1. And once you use the 1 power, you put it back in the box, you pull a 5 power out. So the next time it comes out, it's a 5.
But then it goes back.
And then it goes back in and it becomes a 1 the next time. So they get strong and weak and strong. Like it's it's such a clever game. I love the theme.
Yeah.
The art is like Manny Tremblay. I would have him animate every game.
Oh, honestly. Yes.
Like he's so good. Like I just love him so. Like I fell in love with him before he even got into board games. He did this Victoria Junior. It's
okay.
It's about a little girl who ends up. She's adopted by like a monster family. So like mom is a vampire, dad is Frankenstein's monster, and she just goes to school. It's just this cute little story, and it was the first Kickstarter thing I ever did because they had the option to pay a little bit more, and you could have your child animated.
Oh, fun!
And put into the yearbook.
Right.
So my eldest son is Dragon, or I think he's Xander, and then he's a little dragon and it's moody and a hoodie.
Oh, that's so cool!
But like my kid's in the book, and that was a Manny Tremblay. That was the first time I ever saw him. I've never seen a product like he's dice thrown as well.
Yes,
like, he does so much amazing work, in my opinion. Like this is very much my art style.
Yeah.
Like if I ever did a big game, I don't care what it costs. I'm getting Manny Tremblay to do my art. It's so good, so good. Nice. But yeah, I love it. Like number 1 game for this list, probably my number 1 game period.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's just so good. I love it so much.
Wow. Nice. All right, my number 1 entry, and I don't have to look it up because as soon as we talked about doing this, I was like, okay, well, this has to be in there.
Okay.
And that's because I'm cheating a little bit.
Is it a deck of cards?
It has. So this is my absolute game entry.
Okay.
And it's Pyramid Arcade.
Oh.
Because there's like 20 games in this.
Oh, okay.
And it's mostly all abstract strategy game. There is a deck of cards.
Sure.
Now there's a deck of cards that has like a deck of cards, but I understand like there's extra stuff. So you could have the deck of cards. So then you have 1,000 extra games already.
Yep. Plus
there's all these different variations. Now, Pyramid Arcade, you can still buy Pyramid Arcade, but they've kind of broken it down. So you could buy just Martian chess, which is the first one that I played. And I was so impressed because you're playing chess. You have these pieces and there's 3 size pieces and they behave differently depending on who they are. So the smaller piece can go cross like 1 or 2 space or whatever. Yeah. The other one can go side to side, and you have the big piece that they can go as far in any like straight or diagonal.
Sure.
but you have two sides of the board, like my side, your side. And the goal is to capture the other person's, then you get those as points, right? Sure. But the moment, so let's say I have my big piece, I go all the way across, I capture one of your pieces, that becomes points for me. But the moment that piece is now on the other side, it's now your piece.
Oh.
So it's mind-boggling to kind of be like, oh wait, that's not mine anymore. It's like, and it just kind of, it's a simplified version of chess. Sure. When you consider just the movement and stuff. Yep. But the moment you add that cross portion, now it becomes yours. And hold on, am I putting myself in danger putting it there to capture this then? And yep. It changes and it becomes so thinky. And it's so great. And that's just one of the like 20 plus games that you can play. So far we've played multiple ones, and there's like some that are played higher player count, some that'll be kind of solo, some that are 2 players. Sure. And so far they've all been really, really good. But so my collection of 10 is now like a collection of 30.
You should have put 504 on there. So 504 was like I think somebody just did it as like a design experiment.
Okay.
So I don't know what it is, but like there's a certain number of modules, maybe 19. But if you intermix them a certain number of times, you get 504 possible games.
I see. Okay. So kind of similar.
A similar idea, yeah. Probably a lot more abstract. Like this looks like it has some foundation behind it.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Martian chess thing seems interesting. I've never played it.
Yeah.
But I really like a game called Onitama.
Yes.
And it sounds a little similar to that. Like you're never changing pieces, but the movement you can do changes.
Right, exactly.
So when I do a movement, now it's going to be your movement in like a turn. So
yeah,
really got to be careful because you don't want to.
So it has that kind of touch of that feel, right?
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So no, Pyramid Arcade, all sorts of different games into it. Components are really bright and fun. There's like deductions games. There's like almost like a code breaker type game, but where you can change, like, it's so good. It's so good. Like, so the games are good, but then there's a lot of them. So if for ever reason I had to, because I would, oh my God, I would cry. Like, like sure. it would be tough to kind of narrow it down to just have just this small select. Well, I was down to a closet until this was like everything was packed up. I'm like, this sucks. Yeah. Not having the variety, but I did bring out Pyramid Arcade, so we like.
So you had the variety.
You kind of force variety with this one. True. So value-wise, for what you get, for what you pay, like it makes sense because you got so much different. Yeah. It's not going to be very thematic because it fits all these different things, and they're all kind of geometry pieces or whatever. Sure. But good.
Yeah.
All right.
With this list, like when I looked at it, I was like, okay, well, rebuilding my collection, or like my wife and I are getting to the point where our kids are all leaving. We're thinking about downsizing our house a whole bunch. So I'm probably losing a board game room.
That's different. Because our kids are leaving. I'm taking over their room and adding more games.
No, we'll downsize our house though.
Oh, why would you do that?
So at that point,
I
kind of use this a little bit as like, well, maybe these are the 10 games that I keep with me and I start downsizing my collection. So, but yeah, like such a good selection. Pyramid Arcade was a shock. I don't know that I've ever even heard of it before. So, but all your other games, like I think I've played all of them
probably
and really enjoyed all of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, good choices for sure.
So hopefully it's never something that either of us have to do and come down to having to downsize a collection that dramatically. But I mean, it can happen. Yeah. It has happened to people
for sure.
And at least now we have a plan.
Yeah, totally. If it does ever happen to you, I apologize. I feel so bad, but watch our video and give me some great ideas.
There you go. Well, I mean, and honestly, with like with your collection that you've put together with by collection, you have a decent collection. You have something to play at all time that would kind of fit pretty much all situations.
For sure. Yeah.
So, which honestly is all that you do. You only really need one game to play and then you're set.
Well, the only game you really need is a deck of cards.
Exactly. Right? And My Pyramid Arcade has one.
There you go.
All right. So thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. And we'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.